All right, we're gonna do your homework starter for chapter 12, and we're looking at question one for this particular chapter. So here you see the question. Let's read through it. It says that Hampton Company reports the following information for its recent calendar year. Income statement data. We have sales expenses, cost of goods sold, salaries expense, depreciation expense, net income. And then we have selected year-end balance sheet data, accounts receivable increase of 10,000, inventory decrease of 16,000, and salaries payable increase of 1,000. And then what's required is prepare the operating activity section of the income statement, of the statement of cash flows using the indirect method. Note amounts to be deducted should be indicated with a minus sign. I've prepared my document here again, as I will tell you every week. You're doing this in the software. You don't need to prepare the templates, but because I'm not doing it in the software, I do prepare the templates, but it'll be already prepared for you in um, in Connect. So let's start. Typically, when we're preparing our statement of cash flows under the indirect method, um, we would start with our net income. So we're going to put our net income here. And if we look at the question, it already gives us a net income of $24,000. We're going to put our $24,000 there. Next, we're going to look at our adjustments to reconcile the net income to net cash provided by operating activities. And we typically want to reconcile any income statement items that are not affecting cash. And remember from Accounting 101, depreciation is one of those items that does not affect cash. However, it was subtracted out of our net income. So now in preparing our statement of cash flows under the section, operating activity section, we need to add it back. So we're going to put depreciation here. And if we look at the question, depreciation was given as $12,000. So we need to add that back. And next, we're going to look at our changes in current operating assets and liabilities. Okay. Um, so the first one we're going to look at is our accounts receivable increase. So accounts receivable increase. Your accounts receivable does impact your operating activities. Um, and an increase in your accounts receivable would need to be subtracted on your statement of cash flows. Okay. Next is your inventory decrease. So we're going to have our inventory decrease, and a decrease in our inventory is added on our statement of cash flows under the operating activity section. So that's 16,000. And last but not least, it shows us our salaries payable increase. So our salaries payable increase is also added. Okay, so when we take I'm getting my calculator open. We take our 24,000, we add our 12,000, we subtract our 10,000, we add our 16,000, and we add our 1,000, and we get our net cash provided by operating activities. And that's going to be $43,000. And that's how you solve number one for this week's homework. So I hope this gets you started. Continue with the rest of the homework. And as usual, if you have any questions or you get stuck along the way, I am here to help. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll send you a video, or we can schedule a Zoom call. Thank you.